spaghetti, ravioli, mamma mia.
What's going on, ladies? Coming to you live from my closet. For all you cave people who don't know about Pastafarianism, well, I'm about to enlighten you. A man named Bobby Henderson, can't remember the year off the top of my head. Bobby Henderson sent a letter out to the good old Oregon State University, and he was like, I don't like teaching religion without my good old Pastafarian religion that I just found. And many believe this is the start of Pastafarianism. However, that's just what they want you to think. Pastafarianism has actually been around for thousands and thousands of years. Here's some proof right now on screen. Naturally, Oregon State couldn't handle it. They threw it out with all the other junk mail they received. But not all hope is lost for dear Bobby Henderson. He took it to the best of the best, the smartest of the smartest, the internet. And everyone knows you can't tell a lie on the internet.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Serious crap.
Naturally, the internet took off with it. If a man offered to worship a spaghetti god with you, how could you say no? And slowly, by the millions, thousands, even hundreds, the Pastafarian movement started to rise. But unfortunately, there were some naysayers. A man walks into a DMV. He tries to get his license. He gets rejected. Why? He's wearing a cauldron on his head. Not just any cauldron, might I add. Religious headwear. This is the Pastafarian. It's like a yarmulke, but for Pastafari. He wore a cauldron on his head to get his driver's license. And somehow, the lady at the front desk looked at him and said, "Sir, I can't take your photo. That's really? You're gonna walk in here and wear that? Are you joking?" Naturally, he tried to sue them. But unfortunately, the shackles of the government won. So he did what any good man does and took to the internet once again. He got his hands ready. He got his laptop ready. Chaos. Chaos. The whole internet there was like 20 people riding up a storm. They were upset. Well, you might be thinking to yourself, what's the point of going through all that trouble? Getting a court case? Spending hours, God, hours on Twitter, just typing away at stuff that nobody's going to see. Well, why doesn't... Thank you so much. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. Thank you. I'm so sorry that I wasted your time. Pastor Dean of Life Point Church. He has to say about it. Thank you, Dean. I'm sorry for wasting your time. Thank you, Dean. You've been a big help.
There is a certain amount of, I believe, inarguable demand for a way to understand the world. It describes the proliferation of religious movements throughout centuries and all over the world. People look for something to believe in and worship. It is natural to the human heart. So that's one side of the coin. The flip side of the coin is that in any religious movement, if there is a default to simple practices, that becomes dry over time, and eventually people who are part of that movement guard the practices without expressing the heart that is behind that. And I think that while I would differentiate Christianity, religion and relationship, like I mentioned, that doesn't mean that everyone who says they practice Christianity is really Christian or really has a relationship with God. And so, because it is the predominant religion, so to speak, in our country, there are certainly people who practice Christianity who do that from a religious perspective. And so they become the guardians of the rules, and eventually people are turned off by that. if it's only rules, if it's only a systematic set of do this and this and this, that doesn't seem to fulfill the human heart anywhere. And so I think religions such as the Pastafarian group really rise up as an affront to a belief only in a set that's orthodoxy. There's no heart, there's no passion behind it.
So now that you know the history of Pastafarianism, let's actually talk about what it is. Pastafarianism is the belief that the flying spaghetti monster, also known as FSM, is the creator of the earth. They believe that if there were an intelligent creator, it would have a sense of humor, and for some reason that makes it a giant spaghetti monster. They also believe that we descended from pirates, which is actually why you can only teach the Holy Scripture wearing traditional pirate getup. It makes some good points, actually, if you think about it. Humans and pirates share upwards of 99.9% of DNA. They also have holidays. In fact, they have a lot of holidays. I ain't reading all that. Well, I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching, and Ramen.